Hey guys, so welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. So tonight we have a very special tarot card reading, and this one is for Michelle. And Michelle, actually, we had done a tarot card reading for her a short while back, and it was regarding some relationship things. I think, if I'm recalling correctly, she had she'd had a past relationship with someone that she was greatly in love with, and then that person got with someone else, and then she was also like kind of in a relationship with someone else at the time, or kind of moving in that direction, and so she was wanting to get some kind of clarity on that, if I'm not too far off base here. And then so today it's really kind of to find out like what's going on with this other fella, kind of where the and his name starts with a B. I'm not going to get any more direct than that with it, just to protect privacy and everything for everyone. But we're going to find out kind of what is going on with B, and kind of just seeing where things are with this whole relationship. So let me just cut the cards here. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and get these laid out. Okay, so like in the past and that we have is kind of carrying that heavy load, but this was the near past, and so it's sort of like we have a 10, which in numerology is really about out with the old, in with the new kind of thing. So we're phasing out of one area of our life and moving into another area. And this is probably representative in many ways of the other relationship with the other person. That person moved on and went into a different direction, made different choices, and now it's sort of like that chapter is closed or closing, and now it's time to really start to shift forward into a new direction. So the present situation that we have is the Chariot. And Chariot is about kind of, I always think of the Chariot, it's sort of like this strong, younger kind of energy. It's about staying the course. You see the Chariot, you see someone going into battle and stuff. I'm always reminded of like in the Bhagavad Gita, they have a charioteer, Krishna, and then there's Arjun, which is going into battle and stuff like that, and he's battling against his family members and that, for those of you that are familiar with this. And then it's about that resilience, and it's about, you go through these periods of times where you doubt yourself and you're not exactly always strong. But the Chariot is really about just, regardless of your mental strength or the lack thereof, it's about moving forward, taking action, regardless of, your fears, your apprehensions, things like that. So whatever's going on with you, emotionally and mentally and things on that end, this card is really telling you, whereas like with the other strength card, it's more about mental strength. This is more about outward strength, or actively pursuing things, even though the outcome may not be decided, or you don't necessarily get a for sure read on things, or so your intuition may be even a little bit like not exactly there, where you feel like, I need to do this, do it anyway. That's what this card basically is saying. It's a 7, is for numerology. It's a 7. It's also a major arcana card. So it's really about life-changing things. And this is about pushing forward. Even when the cards are stacked against you, it's still about having that, mental fortitude to really stay the course and to keep moving forward in that. So I'd say with like this relationship with this person B, that's really what this card is telling you. Like, you need to keep pursuing this thing. You may not know 100%. You may have your doubts at times, but pursue it anyway. Now we get to the near present, and it's the 3 of Pentacles. So there's that card right there. You see someone, they're actually on a bench. They've got a hammer and stuff. They're showing other people kind of like what they do. This is a master artisan, a master person at their trade. They've got years of experience. They've got some, they've attained a level of success with what they do. This card is really about making the most of your situation. It's also about sort of refining your skills, or, you can at least use this situation with this person whose name starts with a B as sort of like, like a way of how to best put it, harnessing your abilities, harnessing kind of like what you're good at, and then being able to move in that direction with it. And you will profit by doing that, And if I'm not mistaken, I don't really see it so much in this spread here, but if I'm not mistaken, I think if I can recall correctly, like from the previous reading that we did for you, I want to say that you had like, I want to say like it was either your outcome card or it was your kind of the answer to the outcome. It was something sort of like the Queen of Cups, or it was one of the queens, and that's really about it's really about you having influence over the situation, and so that still stands. That doesn't disappear, even though we're doing a different reading here. That still is it. So what I'm thinking is, what I'm picking up is like with this 3 of Pentacles, it's really saying, you'll be able to at least hone your skills of influence and learning how to get what you want in a nicer way. It's like a life lesson in that. Kind of helps to move you forward in that direction. The next card we have is the 2 of Swords. Okay, this is the energy surrounding that Chariot. And like I was telling you about the Chariot, where maybe the outcome's not necessarily decided and you don't know, you may have apprehension or doubt, but you need to push through anyway. This card right here is often where, we don't always know what's in front of us, or we may get faced with a couple different decisions and we have to go choose this one or choose that one. You have the Moon in this card also. It's about things that are kind of below the surface where we can't necessarily see everything. And so making a decision when you don't have all the facts can be very challenging, and it can be very mentally frustrating. And so this card here is sort of that, you have to just kind of go through it. And that's kind of where you're at right now with all of this. You just have to kind of, sometimes we intentionally wear blinders, as is the case with this particular card. And when this happens, it can be very painful sometimes, just having to go through that experience. So if that's the situation, if that's what you've been feeling or anything like that starts to really be going on, just remember this reading is really telling you, keep moving forward, keep pushing forward through that. And so really kind of where you're at with things, and this is kind of the card that defines kind of where you're at with it, is this King of Pentacles. You can see the King, he's all about authority, a little bit smug there, he's good, he's got a lot of money in his kingdom, he was a smart king, very entrepreneurial in spirit. He set a strong foundation for everything going on. And that's kind of what you're wanting, is a strong foundation. You want something that's lasting, and you want to ultimately be in control of that, whether it's physical money or resources, people, whatever the case happens to be. You're going to be really good at attracting what it is that you want into your reality. And so that's really what this is all about. So almost like a law of attraction kind of presence here, but it's one that's done through time. It's not one that's done like overnight. It's not like you're just, getting a boon from the gods or anything like that all of a sudden and everything is going to turn out great in your life. No, it's about putting in the work, putting in the effort, but getting it in a nice way. And then once you set that foundation up, you're pretty golden, as far as everything goes. So yeah, let's look at now like really the outcome to this reading and that. So the outcome's a positive one. Obviously we have the 3 of Cups. We have another 3 here. And this is jubilation and celebration. These people are enjoying themselves. They're celebrating that. It's about accomplishments. So will you achieve success with this person B? Yes, it's absolutely true that you will. This is going to bring you a lot of happiness and a lot of abundance into your life. That's what this whole reading is kind of concluding for the most part. And I can bring you a little bit more comfort too, because normally when this card comes up, this 3 of Cups, it's normally about, it's normally an answer to say like, you will feel good about your decisions. Like everything that you did, it will have been the right decision. So whatever choices you make, trust that instinct, because whatever you choose will be the right choice. That's basically it. Let's look at the key to getting that, though. What is the answer here to manifesting or bringing into our life this 3 cups, this happy outcome, this positive outcome? What do we need? Guess what? You get the King of Cups here. You always get these royalty cards, Michelle. Always. I see this all the time with you. It's amazing that they come up so frequently with you. You must have done some really good things in a previous life or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyways, this is like it's all about relationship and emotions. This king here has control over his emotions. He's able to understand other people's emotions, what influences other people. And then he's ultimately able to say the right things, do the right things in order to get what he wants from people, not using their emotions against them, but by understanding their emotions, what they want. And then if you understand what people want, it's a lot easier to get what you want from them because you know how they operate. So it's a psychology card. So you get so much of this. I mean, it just keeps coming up over and over again in your cards. So what am I picking up here? Like what am I getting from this whole reading and stuff? What could I impart to you as far as like what I get from this person whose first initial starts with B? It's really this, is that you have this personality, this capability, this ability that you have. And it could have come from like just childhood. I mean, if you had siblings and you had to like learn to survive in that situation where, you know, there's competition or anything like that, or maybe you were always part of a team or a group or something like that, whatever the case happens to be, you seem to kind of have this magnetic personality, this ability to influence other people, you know, and it comes up over and over in your spreads, like in your readings and that. At least that's what you've had. So this is really it, is like, this is what the cards are basically saying, and this is what I'm really ultimately picking up. You have this uncanny ability to be able to absolutely get whatever you want. It could be material wealth, if that's what you want. It could be the relationship that you want. It could be any of this. You have that ability to do it. I don't want you to get too stuck on the past where that other relationship, this person did what they needed to do, and they moved on and went in a different direction. I'm sensing, though, that even though they went into a different direction, you may have had a lot of strong feelings, a lot of love for this other person. That's not really your future, okay? I don't really see it so much as your future. I know that person may have seemed like a twin flame or a soulmate, but here's what I want you to understand. You have this really a powerful magnetic personality, so you're attracting a lot of things into your life. And when that happens, it's sometimes about deciding, okay, well, what is it that is going to do it for me? You know, what is it that I need? And because you have so many people coming to you, or so many choices and options, sometimes it's hard to make those decisions. Some people, they're not as fortunate, they don't have as many choices, and so they kind of accept whatever comes about. You don't have that situation. You're not in that kind of a predicament. So what I'm saying is like, if you want this thing with B to work out, if you want things to go, it definitely will. And it will be a very good, positive thing for you. But whatever you choose, just keep in mind that it's the right decision. That's what the cards are indicating. And I also really pick that up very strongly. So if you need anything else, of course, please reach out to me. If you have other specific questions, whatever you need to know. If I get other things, you know, I'll be sure to share those with you as well. I do see him happy. I see him happy. I see you kind of happy. I think I'm almost picking up that this person B is happier being with you than sometimes you're happy being with him. Like I feel like I'm picking up like with his energy, like it's more about, you know, he's very satisfied being with you, maybe to the point that he could almost take you for granted sometimes, which is something that you probably wouldn't tolerate for very long. So it's kind of like making adjustments in the relationship and getting things to where you feel just as strong about him as what he feels about you. So like what's going on really with him is like, he's feeling, yeah, this is good. You know, I'm in a good, safe place. This is a very, I'm in a good place. This is a good person for me. He's satisfied. He's happy. With you though, it's more like there's a lot of things going on there. You know, you have to really kind of weigh things out and decide, hey, you know, well, he's good, but is there someone better? Or, you know, he's good. Or is there someone that I'm more desiring of, you know, or have I still got attachment to this past thing that I need to kind of work through? You know, you are going to get there. You know, I'm picking up about 7 or 8 months from now and stuff like that. Things are going to be completely, vastly different. This old relationship from the past, mute point. You know, you're not even going to have, that's not even going to be a factor in your decision making. You're not going to even have attachment to that. That attachment will have waned and have disappeared. You'll be on to other things. This thing with the person whose first name starts with B, it very well could be that. But it's a kind of like a development of this relationship to where it shifts to more like, okay, this is what I want. I'm pursuing it now. I'm not going to deviate. I'm not going to think about other people. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to commit myself 100% to this. And the longer that you pursue that, and the more energy and effort that you put into it, I'm telling you, honestly, like I'm feeling this very strongly, the more you will love this person, the more that you will come into really wanting this person to the point where you can't see yourself or even think about being with anyone else. So anyways, I hope that helps you. Like I said, as your tarot coach, I'm always here for you. Guys, thanks so much for tuning into Indirect Knowledge. If you guys want to help support the monks here, you can just go to helpbydonating.com. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. You'll get notifications when we come on. And if you want to ask questions when we're online, I'm always happy to do tarot card readings kind of live on the air as well, as they come in through the chat. Sometimes people will jump in and do that. That's about it. That's where I'm at right now with everything. I'll have all the information in the description below this video. If you guys need to reach out to me for anything, if you have anything going on in your life and you just need either spiritual counseling or tarot counseling, please, of course, reach out to me. I'm available and I'm always here to help you guys. Much love, many blessings. See you guys on the next episode.